They are set up, waiting to get this game kind of started, of course. Well, they're already going, as we know, but they're not all that interested in this part of the game. Which is why I'm talking so much. In the bottom right side, there is a red Zerg player fighting for the KZ gamers. It is Solar. There's Overlord already moving. Look at that probe doing his thing. Top left side, there is a blue Protoss residing. Hoping to make a wall in his natural. It is the Dragon Phoenix Gamer Lord and Savior. It's our hero. His name is Hero. It's just Hero in case anyone new is here. Don't get confused. He's not actually a dragon or a phoenix. He's just a very good Korean gamer boy. Okay, that is all he is. He might be a hero to some people, right? He could be. He probably is, because he's pretty darn good at what he does, but not a dragon, not a phoenix. Don't be concerned. It's not something I'm trying to cover up now either, alright? Just because I'm saying he's not doesn't mean now that he is. Can't reverse psychology me, no sir. Alright, what are we doing here? Spawning pool, let's focus on this. It's not much yet, is there? We'll have another bite of the sandwich, how about that? Okay. It's the regular stuff. Solar getting a good eye on it though, of course. Solar already showing quite a bit of ZVP earlier. Also responding to the adapt plays and such from the creator. Hero's not going to feel as bound to show his ZVP perhaps. At least not against Solar. Doesn't have a match against him tomorrow. So third base for Solar does come into play as well. We are having a Void Race for dinner at this moment. Checking in on our Korean casters, what they're looking at. We're talking about the danger zone. Alright, there's the first Void Ray. Going for an Oracle afterwards, so just wants to deny vision for the time being. Who knows what he wants to do afterwards. Circling still patrolling the area though, making it difficult for Solar to completely figure out what is happening. Previous game still got to be on his mind as well, I suppose. But it looks like he is making the right call, still producing a lot of queens, spreading that creep, still droning up as much as he can, which is always a great thing to do for the Zerg in a situation like this. I'm pretty sure he saw the Oracle there. Definitive lack of adepts trying to kill off those Zerglings there also. So they're still grabbing himself a roach run. Rather safe than sorry. Bunny is looking pretty sick though, to be fair. It's cool to see these, you know, this play is suddenly rising up to the challenge. Gonna have enough anti-air here. It looks like we will. That Spore Crawler. About to finish up. Queen in a good position. Other queens in a very good position as well. Void Rays and everything getting pushed backwards. Not a lot of damage being dealt yet by those air units. Let's take a look. Only 7 Zerglings right now. It's really not what you're looking for. To be fair, Solar only had a modest 62 worker count. He's not overdoing it for the time being. But he's still droning up like a madman, and that should skyrocket right now with him trying to grab a 4th base. Is that going to get denied? Yes, it will. Ooh, that is going to be quite a denial as well now. That is going to take a while. May have to take the base on the opposite side. Which is not the worst, but it feels a little bit closer to his opponents. Might be wrong on that, but not entirely what you're trying to do as the Zerg in this situation right now. Get close to your opponent with your with your expansions. Okay, no, Solar still going for this one. Just waited out the status trap. Quite a bit of firepower here. The Queens are helpless with those Phoenix just lifting them up in the air. Spore Crawler and 2 more Queens trying to come and help out, but might just be a little bit too much firepower right now available for a hero. Is there? He's afraid of that Spore Crawler, that's for sure. The Phoenix are coming in. He's got a good shot at taking something down here. Oracle has to be careful. Almost lost that Oracle for no real good reason. Circling counter-attack, most likely not going to achieve anything there. There is a hole in the front door. He's not going to try to go through. Warpins, of course, available at any point in time for Hero. Would it be available then? Was he paying attention? Probably, but even try so. Get the Roach Warren here. Has to be rebuilt. That many things to be shot at for the Roaches, but still. You know what? This might be over. This might just be over. That is quite a bit of damage. The Corruptors, let's see how much they can get done. Recall, I believe, still available, but Hero just fighting this straight up right now. He's just fighting it straight up right now. He's been in Solar's face with this ball of Void Ray Phoenix, and Solar had very little to say about it for a very long time. He didn't lose a base though, to be fair, nor did he lose a lot of workers. But he lost a lot of Queens, he lost a Roach Warren, he lost Zergling. Look at the difference in units lost tab right now. Quite a bit of extra minerals, about 2,000 extra minerals lost for Solar before the 8-minute mark. Pretty terrifying. Corruptors may have these Phoenix now in a bit of a pinch. Stuck on their side of the field, a good way to perhaps rid the map, but Phoenix are sneaky little buggers. Will find their way out of that little situation right there. Get themselves reassembled with the rest of the Protoss squad. See the unit count for Solar right now. 15 Corruptors, 8 Ravagers, 10 actually right now. Okay, so he has assembled a bit of a ground force. Doesn't really matter anymore as Hero just running already backwards. After having forced Solar to max out on Roaches right now. To be fair, both players did carry themselves into that late game. Like what Hero was doing though with that pressure. Will it be enough to have weakened Solar now for this late game? Has it weakened him enough? Two-pronged attack coming in. Solar will be able to do quite a bit of damage onto this base. Debs trying to do some damage as well as a Warp Prism here. A couple of Zealots running out. Corruptors getting jumped onto by those Phoenix. They are going to let up for a little bit here, but just because the Zerglings are being a bit uppity in the third base. Has a lot of Zealots right now warped in. Okay, the Warp Prism is gone. This is still a lot of damage being achieved by those Zealots. Adapts as well, of course, still on the left side. More and more drone bodies being stacked up on top of one another right here. Yeah, that is going to need more reinforcements as well, as this Protoss force here coming in for the decapitating move. Potentially, army supplies incredibly close, and that is terrifying for the Zerg at this moment in time. He is still on a Roach Ravager-based army. Those disruptor shots, look at the just excruciating amounts of pain they can do to this Roach Ravager army. Is he gonna even push into this here? I'm not entirely convinced just yet. It does feel like a very good moment to do so. Just army composition wise, he is in a very lovely position. Even if he does lose the air battle eventually, I mean, it's not like there's a lot of Mutalisk here to take advantage of that opportunity. It is just mostly Corruptors, and there it is. A fantastic ball of disruptation being brought down. Hero still being pushed backwards. Zealots though again on the minerals. That is 55 workers. 55 workers. 55 workers going down. That is ridiculous. Solar down to 36 again. Skull is Corruptus out still though. They're doing alright. They've won the air battle. Hero just going back to the ground army afterwards. Very quickly after seeing those corrupts being made. Incredibly smart play here from Hero. How he makes his army composition very, very cool to see. Solar now, the player that is in this awkward position. He put Creator in a similar one where he had the Mutalisk up against the Stalker army composition. Now he's having to eat some of his own dough. Have a taste of his own butter. Who knows? Who knows what a viable expression would be at this moment in time. What we do know is that it's going to come down to whether or not these disruptors manage to get the connections they want and need. And so far they have been incredibly painful. He's not even trying to push in here with the rest of the army. There is a singular circling there. He doesn't need to, does he? He's just poking the front. If Solar tries to make the engagements happen, he just pulls backwards and he shoots small disruptor shots. That's a really good way to make this, to make use of this army. You know, I'm more used to, at this moment in time, the Protoss just sending everything forwards and shooting out those disruptor shots. Look at this, he's making room for the Zealots, shooting whatever he can. Just trading, super efficiently. Even using some of those corrosive vials to clean up Zerglings with. Very nice. Zealots walked in. We'll be able to protect that base. As Hero now stampeding across. GG is called. There it is. A game that was maybe going into Hero's favor for a while, but definitely manages to tie a bow around it, wrap it neatly, and get the W. Alright. Here we are. Game number 2. In the top left side, there is a red Zerg player. Fighting for the Kaisi Gamers, it is Solar. Bottom right side, someone up to no good, being a little bit sneaky. It's the blue Protoss fighting for the Dragon Phoenix Gamers. Give it up for Hero. There we are. That's an awkward path for your probe to take. Solar's going to be scratching his head. Where is that probe? My natural base is in the right position. This feels weird. This feels awkward. Hasn't managed to do that yet today. And, well, I believe it's now 4 ZVPs. Okay, Hero just wanting to avoid Solar having those gold bases here right off the bat. Sending out 2 probes to make this happen. Did he? Okay, no, he didn't make a forge. Even I got scared for a little bit. I wasn't expecting a pylon there. But yeah, the fake for the cannon rush gets 1 probe or 1 drone pulled. Looks like maybe even 2 for a moment. But I think those were the drones intended for the gas geyser anyway, which only just finished up. I could add maybe one more drone mining minerals, so it's not the biggest of losses. There we go. There is that gold base now. Hero taking his own gold base. My man. Oh, that is unfortunate though. The Overlord, that is right on his path. That is dead center on the path of the Overlord. Like, this is where you send your Overlords, right here. This is where they need to go. If you send two of them, a lot of Zergs do only send one of them these days because of the likelihood of a star gate coming in. So this is unfortunate for Hero. But this is very nice to see full solar. Fully aware, the probe here. I mean, just the knowledge of, you know, this base being out here for solar is so much better than the fact that Hero knows about this base. And then again, they both can try to contest those bases. It's just so much easier to do with a bunch of Zerglings running in here, right? Completely wide open area. Making a shield battery, I do like that. He's already got one Adept parked at the gold base for solar. Okay. This is a weird game. Quite the weird game. Maybe both of them will just undisrupted mine from these bases. For as long as they can. Maybe this is the game of StarCraft where diplomacy actually gets the victory. This time. Yeah, both of them just mining. Letting the other guy mine from their base as well. Interesting. Very solid dodges on those by solar so far. Gotta get those 3 bases connected with creep here. It's a very easy third base for Hero to take now as well. Like his natural base. It's got a wall. It's good. He can make great use of that. He's on 4 gates also. Like that's not on a ridiculous production. Going up to 5. Alright. A couple of drones dying there. Can't really find where the bodies are. Assuming it was the oracles. It was the oracles. Guessing. Now, who's at an advantage here? Still think this is a very nice base to push for both these players. And we are having an Immortal Adept push. We do have Roaches and Ravages being made. Also to respond to this, there's not a full creep network set up though for the Zerg. But those queens almost take out a Oracle. There's a counterattack from Solar that is asking the attention of our Protoss player as well. Where did the Immortals go? The Immortals already all the way back right now. I guess realizing that there is an attack of Solar coming in as well. Just wants to try and defend against that for the time being. Very smart, keeping those Immortals a bit further back. Immortals need to target down the Roaches though, of course. Shooting the Zerglings for the time being. So all the damage that is not being dealt right now, and the potential damage not being dealt. Disruptor. Always a good boy for the Protoss to have around. Is this enough to break Hero? I'm not entirely convinced that pylon doesn't disable the shield battery. Well placed secondary pylon quite far away. Now deciding to batter down the shield battery itself. And again, that's a lot of adapts that showed up. with the support of those disruptors still on the left side, this attack from Solar doesn't accomplish anything. Doesn't accomplish anything. He's lost more units. He's down on workers. And he's about to be squashed by like a gazillion adepts. He's in trouble. He is in a lot of trouble. Hero's still being very careful though, moving these disruptors out on the field. Wants to have the vision of the watchtower beforehand, just so he knows he's not being surrounded by a bunch of Zerglings here. Alright. Can Solar make a play to make a comeback potentially happen here? Let's think about it. I mean, catching these disruptors, right? That would be massive. And, well, Hero, he's presenting them right now in a little care package called the War Prism. Potential for damage is not that big, and a base with only 5 workers, but potential for losing a lot of value in your own play here is quite high for Hero as well. Zerglings into the main base, don't think they'll get too much work done. 2 probes, circling here, catching adepts. It's pretty nice. They won't be able to shade away, not any of them in fact. So all the adepts and zealots running around in the... Well, is that all of them? Not really. A lot of them in the main base are natural. But still not enough for Solar to make a real dent in the front door. School base almost mined out of minerals, so at this moment, would it be worth to try and get that? What in the world was happening there? It's a very weird screen to look at all of a sudden. Manages to avoid lethal damage there, only 1 Ravager. But it's getting close. Hero slowly cutting Solar apart. Slice by slice, and oh, there's another great example of that. 11 drones. That is quite a deep cut, actually. Will Solar be able to recuperate? I've been asking this question for a while now, but it just seems like he's taking on more and more damage. The fact that he still makes me somewhat believe that there is a potential for something here. Well, it's got something to do with his skill that I know that he has, but he is in a world of trouble right now. 1 game removed from elimination, and he is looking down the barrel. The barrel of a couple of disruptors. Biggest barrels in existence. That is just the entirety of... It's basically a barrel. The entire unit is the barrel of the gun. That's how big that disruptor cannon is. Alright, well. A couple of banelings here, trying to soften everything up, but look at what's left for both these players. There is just not much you can see this Zerg army doing at this point in time. The Zerglings trying to make the best of it. They're a good effort, but it's just not enough. There's just nowhere near enough. Solar's gonna have to tap out here. Digest is lost. GG is called. And Hero, once again, showcasing why he is such an exciting Protoss to keep an eye out on.